Welcome to Piano Lesson, where the language of music becomes approachable and exciting. We're delving into the heart of music today. Notes. They're the alphabets of our musical language, the fundamental building blocks that construct every melody and harmony you've ever loved. For those of you learning the piano, understanding notes is like learning to read for the first time. It opens up a whole new world of creativity. With a good grasp of notes, one can read, write, and even improvise music. See you in the next lesson. Dive into the world of music notes, where each symbol tells a story. Imagine a world where every sound has a unique identity, a distinct pitch that sets it apart from the rest. That's what notes are in the realm of music. Just like every human voice is unique, each note is a unique sound, a unique pitch. In Western music, these pitches are represented by the first 7 letters of the alphabet, A through G. Quite simple, isn't it? But of course, music isn't merely 7 sounds. It's a symphony of pitches, a cascade of tones. So how do we account for the multitude of sounds in music using just 7 letters? The answer lies in the concept of octaves. An octave is a series of 8 notes, where the first and the 8th note have the same name, but the 8th note sounds higher. For example, if we start with the note A, the 8th note would also be A, but it would sound higher than the first one. We can keep climbing up the octaves to get higher and higher pitches, or we can descend to get lower and lower pitches. It's fascinating to think about, isn't it? The same note can sound completely different depending on its octave. A high C can be sharp and piercing, while a low C can be deep and resonant. Yet they're both C. They share the same identity, but express it in different ways. This is the beauty of notes and octaves in music. They allow a mere 7 letters to express a universe of sounds, a spectrum of pitches. They give us the ability to create melodies that can stir the soul, rhythms that can make the heart dance, and harmonies that can bring tears to the eyes. So the next time you listen to a piece of music, try to listen for the notes. Try to hear the different pitches, the different octaves. You'll find that it adds a whole new dimension to your listening experience. Remember, notes are the alphabet of the musical language. They allow us to write and read music. See you in the next lesson. Consider the piano keyboard as a map of musical notes. Each key on this map has its own distinct location and sound, which we refer to as a note. Now, if you glance at the piano keyboard, you'll notice a pattern of black and white keys. This isn't just for aesthetic appeal. It's a clever design that helps us distinguish between different notes. The white keys represent what we call natural notes. These are the notes A through G, and then the pattern repeats. As you move from left to right, the notes ascend in pitch. Start at any point, press a white key, and count 7 steps to the right. You'll land on the key that represents the same note, only an octave higher. Now look at the black keys. These are grouped in 2s and 3s. The black keys represent what we call sharp or flat notes. They're the notes that fill in the gaps between the natural notes. The black key to the right of a white key is the sharp of that note, and the black key to the left is the flat. For instance, the black key to the right of C is C sharp, and to the left of D is D flat. This pattern of 2 and 3 black keys, surrounded by white keys, repeats across the entire keyboard. It gives you a visual representation of the musical spectrum, helping you navigate the notes. Knowing your way around the keyboard is like having a roadmap to the world of music. See you in the next lesson. By now, you have taken your first steps into understanding musical notes. We've seen how these notes are the fundamental building blocks of music, forming the foundation upon which melodies and harmonies are built. We've delved into the concept of octaves, understanding how these 8-note sequences create the structure of musical scales. And we've explored the layout of the piano keyboard, a visual representation of these notes and octaves that brings the theory to life. Remember, every grand symphony, every catchy pop tune starts with these basics. So don't rush. Take your time. Let these concepts sink in. Try identifying notes and octaves on your piano. The more familiar you become with these, the easier it will be to move on to more complex aspects of music theory. Mastering notes is the first step towards making beautiful music. See you in the next lesson.